Hello friends, today we will study the chapter of Beehive English class 9th NCERT, that is the little girl. And this is the chapter 3rd, the little girl. In this there was a little girl around 5 to 6 years old. She was very afraid of his father, and every morning whenever her father goes to the office, she was very happy and happy when her father says goodbye. Then he very happily says goodbye father, and then half of the day of that little girl spent very happily, very बहुत अच्छा दिन उसका निकल जाता था. And but in the evening when he came back, she was very afraid because she was very afraid because she was very afraid of his father, and she also described his father. We will study that on the next page. That little girl's name was Kezia, and whenever her father came, he cross questioned her that you have you done any शरारत, क्या आपने कोई भी मिस्चीवियस एक्ट किया है. तो फिर वो बोलती थी नो आई डोंट नो फादर. Then the father asked, you don't know why? So this is the scene where her father was sleeping on Sunday, and she was just seeing that his father is sleeping. And whenever she saw this scene, she always noticed that her mother is reading some newspaper or a book, and on Sunday his father is sleeping on the sofa. Then whenever she has to ask, whatever his father asks, she stuttered or very afraidly, very बहुत डरी हुई आवाज़ से वो बोलती थी मुझे नहीं पता, मैंने कुछ नहीं किया, मैंने कोई शरारत नहीं करी. Then whenever she saw then she then sat on the stool, gravely watched him until he woke, and when he woke up, he stretched his body and said that why are you staring me, Kezia? You look like a little brown owl. In this sentence, we came to know that the complexion of the face and the body of that little girl Kezia was dark. Thus, and like owl always stares at someone, thus his father is saying that you are looking like a brown owl. One day, when she was kept indoors with a cold, her grandmother told her that it's your father's birthday, let's do something. Then she they discussed and talked. Then Kezia told her that the grandmother told Kezia that or suggested her that she should make a pincushion for him, for her father. Then she thought, how I will make the pincushion. Now pincushion is a small cushion, like the cushions which are kept on the sofas, the small square cushions, that are the pincushion. So she then take a yellow silk, a beautiful color of yellow silk, and she made she all around made a whole pin cushion, but there was one thing to fill that pin cushion and make it soft. So what she should do? So she took double cotton, but it was not giving that fluffiness that normal cushion have. So she thought, what shall I do? What shall I fill it with? So grandmother was out in the garden. She wondered, and like वो घूमते 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 अपने मम्मी के कमरे में आई. Then she saw that there was some papers, like it was like something was written on that. Kezia thought that it is just a waste, I can use it. She tore all that papers and put that in the cushion, fill that cushion, and the pin cushion was ready. But now can you when we will read after, we will understand that papers was very important. Then for his father's birthday, she was very happy that now his father will not scold her, and very वो भी उनसे प्यार से बात करेंगे. फिर then what happened on that night? That night his father was roaming in a very, like, he was very confused that where has his speech gone, and that speech was of the port authority, speech for the port authority, that was lost. And whole room was searched and servants were questioned, but nobody knew them. Then finally mother asked her daughter Kezia that, Kezia, have you see some papers in the on the table in this room? So she said, oh yes, I tore them and for my surprise and fill, and like उसने अपने मन में बोला होगा कि मैंने तो अच्छा काम किया है, लेकिन एक्चुअली उसने अब उसको उससे भी डबल मार और डांट पिटने वाली थी. Then mother screamed, what? Come straight down to the dining room. It's this instant. Now her mother was very polite and she loved her daughter, but in this case she was very angry, and thus वो उसको लाइक ज़बरदस्ती खींच के ले गई नीचे डाइनिंग रूम में और फिर उसको पापा के सामने खड़ा कर दिया. फिर she was now very afraid that what happened. पहले ऐसे ही तो पुराने से पेपर्स पड़े थे, अब मैंने क्या कर दिया. तो देन उसके पापा ने पूछा कि वो पेपर्स तुमने लिए थे, तुमने फाड़े थे. और हाँ, तब दैट her father was roaming to and fro, like whenever we are very sad or we are very confused, so we just roaming to and fro, आगे पीछे हम घूमते रहते. तो he was also doing that in the bedroom, in the drawing room. Then when his father asked, so now the questions were asked, then Kezia को डांट वाट पड़ी and all that. So इसी में ही उसको इतनी डांट पड़ी कि उसको then her father took a scale and take a big scale, and then said that take and give your hands. So give your hands, show your hands. So she then showed her hands, and then he just slapped those hands. Then she asked, then she like अपने मन में ही उसने sobbed मतलब उसने अपने मन में ही बोला कि what did God makes father for. Then she gone to her granny, and granny said, she went to her granny and granny said that, here's a clean hanky, darling, blow your nose and go to sleep. You will all forgot till the morning. But क्या केजिया ये भूलने वाली थी? नहीं, केजिया को याद रहा अगले दिन भी, लेकिन फिर वो बहुत हैरान थी. So after this was the session 1. we after rest of the chapter we will study in the next session. Bye.